Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday, January 10th, I believe. We all know that I'm not the best at, knowing what day it is. I'm always busy. Today I want to talk about buying time, how to do that. And I know that's a weird concept for some people, but good morning, you guys. Before we get started, I want to say if you're watching on replay later, thanks for hanging out. This is going over to YouTube when I'm done here today. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can find me at GinaLuker.com, all that out of the way. Speaking of which, I am Gina Luker and I blog at theshabbycreekcottage.com. And, now I have my other site as well. But every day, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time, we talk about vlogging over breakfast. So everybody got their cup of coffee. Remember, we're trying to get these videos down to like 10, 15 minutes. So, you can find me on Facebook as well. So here's the thing. And this is what I've really been searching about this year. And I've been talking a lot about being intentional with your time, being intentional with everything really, but specifically your time. And time is the most important thing, right? Okay, before we go any further, I just want to say that wrap your head around the anyone that's so sweetly in. Wrap your head around the fact that making money is easy. It's a wild concept until you understand it. If I needed $1,000 by the end of the day, I would figure out how to make $1,000 by the end of the day. And you can do that too. You just have to wrap your mind around it. You have to map your mind around it. Once you realize that money comes easy, it's the other stuff that's so difficult, like where to find more time, how to get more out of your day. That's the hard part. So that's what I want to help you with, to realize that time is currency and you need to spend it wisely, right? So last week, I guess it was last week now, we created our content calendar. And if you don't have your calendar ready to go, like I have mine, I want to tell you first and foremost, if you haven't done this yet, map out what you're gonna do for your content for the entire year. I mean, you're a blogger, that's why you're here. So if you're a blogger and you are trying to figure out the number one way to increase your time, it's to map out what you're gonna do. If you know 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you're gonna be doing a specific thing. Like I know I have travel posts, every other week. One is a Disney, which is easy for me because we go all the time. And the other is random places that we go. So like Charleston, Savannah, New Orleans. I even need to do some local places like Nashville. Travel posts, I love them. And I do them for me, but they also perform well because people are constantly traveling to these cities, right? So I knew that was something I wanted to do. And it makes it easy for me to do those posts because I love them anyway. I'm gonna travel regardless if I write about it or not. And so it was easy for me to be able to jot that down. I can write those posts ahead of time. Like I don't have to do a project first. I've already been in the city. I've already taken the pictures. I've already eaten the food. I've already experienced the sights. So all I have to do is write it down. The same can be said for things like organizing and cleaning tips and all those things that you've already accomplished, you already know how to do. If you have them on your calendar, write ahead. Writing in batches is the number one thing you can do to increase your productivity. You can do your keyword research in batches. You can do your writing itself in batches. If you need stock images, you can find those in batches. Because if you have an outline and you have a list of every piece that you need for those puzzles, the blog post, if it's your puzzle, you have to go collect all your pieces before you can put it together. And once you have all your pieces together, then it becomes a lot easier to sit down and bang out content. So yesterday I started sharing Facebook stories here on this page. I've never really utilized them anywhere, not on Instagram, nowhere else. But I thought it would be interesting for you guys to see what I do in a day. And if you're not interested, let me know because I don't want to waste my time. But if you are interested, like yesterday morning I got up, I did 2 Facebook Lives, and then I had to bang out a bunch of blog posts, and then I had all that accomplished by noon. And then I took a break. I spent a little time with my husband, and then last night I had a meeting. Like, I had a dinner, business dinner, and like, you have to think about that. Like, how are you spending your time? I have an insatiable need to hustle every day, all day, every day, almost every second I'm awake. It's even hard for me to get to sleep. I have this like drive and determination, and I have to force myself to slow down. I have to force myself to take time to watch a movie, or to just hang out with my husband, to spend time with my kids. Like, my kids even work with me now, so that, because it's another way that we can spend time together. I have to force myself to slow down. And I know that sounds crazy. I even told myself Friday, I was like, okay, you've got your stuff done for the weekend. You can take the weekend off and just chill on the couch and not do anything. And it was impossible for me to not work. I would love to be able to say that I take off the weekends, but if I'm awake, I want to work. And it's not because I had so much to do. Like, I could have pushed back launching the new site. I could have pushed back a lot of the things that I did this week, but I couldn't imagine not working. That, because time is the most important thing, right? Yes, it's good to have time with my family. We all know that I love to take vacations. It's just how you spend that time. So the first thing, like I said, you can work in batches. And the second thing, I know you want to be on Facebook a little bit. I know you do. I want to be on there too. I get up every morning, and there's a bunch of people I follow on YouTube. I use YouTube similar to how some people use podcasts. I get up every morning, and while I'm having my morning coffee and going over my calendar for the day, I watch YouTube videos of business people I admire, because I want to learn something every day, whether that's from reading a book or whatever. Like, I want to learn every day. So I start my day with some learning. So I understand and I appreciate that I'm your learning person. Like, I'm the person that you want to wake up to. It makes me so happy. Like, I cannot express how much it humbles me, and then I'm so appreciative that you're here every day. But once this is done, and once you have your Facebook scheduled for the day, go do something else. Get off Facebook. Get to work. Like, get to work. I want to see you. I want to see you message me pictures of, this is my to-do list today. I want to see you telling me I'm actually making movement. I'm actually getting things done. Because the number 2 thing is, you have to take control of your time. You have to cut out the clutter. Cut out the time wasters. Delete those game apps on your phone. You need to be on your social media, and I understand that, because trust me, I have to be there too. I completely get that. But you also are going to have to learn how to cut out the excess. You may think you get on Facebook to schedule your stuff and to like keep up and leave comments or whatever, and that's all great. But time yourself. Give yourself just a few minutes a day to get that done. You're not getting enough return on your investment. What do you need to be doing? You need to be doing your learning. If you don't know enough about SEO, you need to learn. If you don't know enough about affiliate marketing, you need to learn. If you don't know enough about how to run Pinterest appropriately, you need to learn. You need to learn all these things, okay? You need to figure out what it is that's going to make you money, and get better at it, and better and better and better. Take control of your time. That's a lot, right? So the third thing that I want to teach you, or that I want to tell you about buying more time, how to find more time in your day, is to keep track. Is to keep track for like a week of where you've spent your time. It's kind of like a budget, right? Like a money budget. You need to keep notes. Like, just take a piece of paper and jot down every day. From 5 to 6 a.m. I did this. Or whatever time you start. I start between 4:30 and 5 every day. Maybe that's another secret. I'm up early. I'm an early riser. It takes me a minute to wake up, but I am an early riser. I'm up and good morning, Dawn. You can ask Dawn. I'm usually messaging her by 5 o'clock in the morning. You need to make sure that you are holding your day accountable. Just like you don't know where your money goes unless you tell it where to go, like it will just disappear. The same thing with your time. So time is currency and you need to make sure that you're spending it wisely. Okay, so let me recap. Do things in batches. This is highly important. Plan ahead so that you can do things in batches. I cannot express enough how much this is in trouble, how much this matters. If you can edit 5 posts worth of photos at one time, it's going to be a lot faster than plugging in your SD card and doing photos 5 different times. Those seconds, those minutes, they add up. They truly, truly do. And then you need to make sure that you're cutting out your time wasters. Michael said you can look at the Moment app. You know what else you can do, even if you don't want to download another app? Go and look at what's draining your battery. Whatever is draining your battery is eating up the most of your time. It's almost identical. Where you're losing your phone battery is where you're losing your time. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Go look at your battery settings on your phone and see what is eating up your battery. If you know what that is, then you know where you've lost all your time. I know mine's Facebook, but I do a lot of Facebook Live. I'm doing Facebook Live 10 times a week or so. It's just, it is mind-boggling how much time you waste. And it really does work. If you look and one of your top apps is a game, you can either play that game or you can build your business. You can not do both at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. And then the third thing is budget your time. Make sure that your that's funny. Vanessa said she knows what's eating her battery, her daughter. The next thing you want to do is you want to budget your time appropriately. I want to say from 5 to 6 a.m. I have my morning rituals where I do, I watch my videos, I have my cup of coffee, I do the things that I do in the morning. And then from 6 to 7 is usually planning time. I get on here at 7. Sometimes I do another one at 8. Sometimes I do another Facebook Live at 9 because I'm a huge believer in the power of Facebook Live. It's been just extraordinary for my business, and not only this business, but growing the Shabby Creek Cottage as well. So when you put those two, whenever I look at the fact that I'm spending on average between actually being live and planning lives, I'm spending, I'm probably spending 10 to 12 hours a week just on Facebook Live. No joke, 10 to 12 hours a week. But it's a good return on my investment. If we didn't do live every day, if I don't do it every day here, I'm not going to do it. Just going to be real honest with you. I know that I have to do, I'm an all or nothing kind of person. And so I have to do it every day, Monday through Friday, every day. If I don't, then I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be accountable for it. So when I do this and then I connect with you, because it's not just me preaching to you, it's me investing in you. I know what Vanessa's blog is. I know, let me look back. I know what Dawn's site is. I know what Michael's site is. I know, Sherry, I'm not sure that I know your site, but I'm gonna by the end of the day. I know, almost everybody here, I know enough about you that I could have a private conversation and not feel like I had to introduce myself first. It's because I invest in you, but you invest back in me. And so that's a huge return on investment. It's not that I'm necessarily making the most money, but I'm making the most of my time. So if I didn't do Facebook Live every day, I wouldn't be as committed. And that's the important thing on this aspect of my business, because I basically have two, right? I have Gina Luker and I have the Shabby Creek Cottage, and you know, you have to spend your time where your money's coming from, and currently I have to split them pretty much evenly, but I'm okay with that. If I didn't have good time management, I wouldn't be able to accomplish that for sure. So that's my tips for the day. I probably went over my allotted 15 minutes, whatever. I need a clock on the wall because I can't see what time it is, how much time I've got, how much time that I'm wasting for you. Lindsay did ask who are some people that I listen to. So Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V is a huge inspiration for me. Huge. I watch it. He has a thing called Daily V, and it's not always applicable. Is that the word I'm looking for? It doesn't always apply to me, but he's very, very inspirational, and you can usually get a nugget or two even from conversations that you don't think you would. I try to listen to his faster ones because I haven't seen them all, so there's still a ton. He has hundreds of videos on YouTube that you can watch for free. He gives away such great information. Another person that I listen to, I admire, is Tony Robbins. We all know who Tony Robbins is. He's huge and inspirational. And another person I actively look for speeches from is Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is like he is my, like, I want to be Mark Cuban when I grow up. I don't know if you can do that in the blogging world, but that's what I wanted. Like, I want to be Mark Cuban. I don't want to own a ball team, but you know, I just, his mentality behind it, like, that's the direction that I try to go towards. So, it's funny, these people are not people that are like the sweet people. Although Gary V is incredibly nice. Like, I don't know him, but to listen to him talk about how that respect and trust and building a business built on being good people, that just blows me away. I think, you know, but I don't listen to the people, well, they all use 4-letter words. I'll say that. They all use 4-letter words just like I do. I try not to here because I know there's little kids behind their moms listening to this podcast, but just know that if you have a conversation with me on the phone or in real life, there's probably going to be an F-bomb involved because that's just who I am, right? So, yeah, that's what I got today. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Go, get off Facebook, get to work. One last thing really quickly, I did a video yesterday I did another Facebook Live yesterday. I think that was 3 for the day yesterday on Facebook Live about the boot camp. Enrollment ends today, people. Today is the last day that you can get in on the January boot camp. 5 days from now, you could have a completely different business. 5 days from now, you can start to make changes that will impact your entire year. 5 days from now, you could be out of the rut that you're stuck in, and you could begin to see movement, see some traction, get some clarity in where you want to go and how to get there. You'll have a better understanding of how to actually run a business and not just a blog. You'll understand SEO. You'll understand Pinterest. You'll understand Instagram and Facebook and affiliate marketing and sponsored posts and all the things you need to learn as bloggers. 3 days jam-packed with Facebook Live sessions. It's going to be intense. So buy you a bunch of coffee and a lot of pens and paper, and let's get to work, okay? So if you want to join my free group where we talk about all this and so much more, there's a link, ginaluker.com/community. You can join there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I even wrote down what we're going to talk about tomorrow. tomorrow, oh no, I don't know where it went. We'll talk about something else tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Have a good day. Bye.